What is up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. And in today's video, by the way, before I even start, can you notice something a little different? Well, I'm actually wearing this headband thing because I was just not feeling my bangs today. First of all, because it is sweaty as hell to have bangs, and second of all, I have to turn off my room fan because it interrupts with the audio, and I'm making a video right now. And it is summer right now. Like, I feel so freaking hot, and I was like, bangs are just not today's vibe. They're just not the vibe, you know. And yeah, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about this snake who literally betrayed me, who played me all along, and who manipulated me, played with my emotions, and at the end of this year made me feel so exhausted. I considered this snake my best friend, by the way. I considered her my best friend, and yet she decided to be so manipulative and toxic. And what she did yesterday was the last straw of our friendship, and I was like, I'm not talking to you after this, babe. I'm sorry, but I'm not talking to you after this video. And yeah, this is I'm just going to tell you guys the whole entire explanation of how we became friends, how she manipulated me throughout the years and not just in a single incident, and how things are now, and they're extremely complicated. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. So it all started out in grade 11th, while, you know, it was a new grade, you know, time to make new friends. I'm currently in grade 12. So in grade 11th, I met her. So what was happening is, in grade 11th, in the starting first months, like the first month, what happened was, I was in a group of 4 people, and I was like, oh my god, these friends are so nice to me, and I'm never gonna leave their side. The problem was that from the 4 people that we were, one of them shifted her whole entire stream to commerce, and 2 of them left the school, because I'm surprised that they didn't do it sooner, but at least they did. And that only left me with one of the other friends that I had in that group. Now we were the only 2 people remaining, and at that time, I still haven't introduced myself around the class, and I was still feeling a little weirded out. It was still that phase when, you know, the whole entire class was still making friends, vibing, talking and all that. So what happened was that this snake, I'm going to call her a snake, and I'm not going to use her real name because who knows how mad she's going to get at me. So this snake, she was like best friends with another girl. I'm going to call her Chihuahua. I don't know why. I'm going to call her Chihuahua. So this girl, snake, was best friends with Chihuahua, and after she was best friends with her, after a month, they both had the biggest argument ever. Every single person in the class knew about it, and you know, Chihuahua was crying about it as well. And you know, I definitely felt really bad for her. And in that phase, in the whole entire class, everyone took Chihuahua's side and no one took the snake's side. And you know, I should have known better, and I should have you know, taken Chihuahua's side as well, because you know, majority of people taking her side, and her side of the argument was right as well, but I'm not going to go deeper into that. And this snake, everyone hated her already. It has been about a month after our grade 11 started, and everyone hated her, and she had no friends because obviously no one in the class was taking her side, and she was alone. And at that point of time, I was you know, with my other friend, and I was just, you know, we 2 were friends, but we were not like, I needed a new friends, you know. So this Chihuahua was not Chihuahua I'm very confused with their own code names. So this snake was like 1 bench ahead of me, and I was 1 bench behind of her, and randomly out of nowhere she just started talking to me, and from that day on we just became really good friends. Like, we just started talking, she started telling me about her crushes and stuff. Now I should have known that this girl has a history of just arguing people, only living for temporary pleasures and all that stuff, because she and Chihuahua already had a fight, right? And you know, I should have known better than to took the wrong side, but you know how I can be sometimes. After our friendship developed, I should have known that she was just using me, because she had no one else, and you know, she was just using me, and that should have been a red flag right away, but I was ignorant at that time. So she used me when she has no one, and now in grade 12, now that she has everyone as a friend, she doesn't have me, and I'll get into that in a second. Even in grade 11th, I was always her last choice. Like, she, after the argument settled down, she would, go and make other friends, and she would always talk to me as a last choice when she had no one else to talk to. Again, that should have been a red flag. Also, this girl did this weird thing when she had a crush on this guy. Now we are just going to call this guy, I don't know what to call him. I don't know what to call him. Okay, so I came up with a code name, and we are going to call him Lotus. So she was having a crush on this guy called Lotus, and what was happening was that, she had a crush on him, and she was talking to him, and he was talking to her too. And what she did when, our friendship progressed from grade 11th to grade 12th, and in our school, grade 11th and grade 12th people are the same. Like, you have the same class, you have the same bunch of students, so our class never really separated after going from grade 11 to 12. And when we came to grade 12 and she was still using me and I was still her friend, she told me to add her friend on Snapchat. She told me to add Lotus on Snapchat, and she told me that, hey, why don't you go ahead and talk to this dude and, just be friends with him and see if he talks about me. And I was like, why would he even talk to me about you? But then I was like, you know what, forget it, she's my best friend, I can do it for her, and I did it. And after the next day, she was like, oh, you know what, just unfriend him. And I was like, dude, you just told me to befriend him. And she was like, no, unfriend him. I unfriended him. After a week, she came back again. She was like, add him on Snapchat again. I added him. She unfriended him after a week, and then this went on until last week. She told me to friend him again on Snapchat. I friended him. I again tried to be his friend by saying hi, how you doing, and everything. And she unfriended him from my Snapchat again, and that was making me look bad. Like, I was using my legit Snapchat account for it, and she was making me look bad by friending and unfriending this dude so many times, and was making me look bad. It was not even her fault, and she made me look bad. She was not taking any blame on herself. She wanted me to get caught in the crossfire that I did not even want to get caught in, and she knew that if I got caught, I was then getting in trouble because that was my Snapchat account. Another thing she did was really something that really confused me, because she used to text me and call me in grade 11 whenever she used to need something, like we were in a common, group of our grade 11, and we were just a common group, and she took out my number from that common group in WhatsApp, and she called me. And at that time we were friends, but we never really exchanged numbers. So when she called me, I was like, hello, who is this? And she's like, yeah, hi, I'm the snake, and I was wondering if I have the notes for this topic. And I'm like, oh, I don't actually. And she's like, oh, sorry, my bad. And she just hang up. And this is a pattern of her, by the way. Like, she was always, calling me and texting me whenever she needed something. And like, I would always call her to check up on her and stuff, but she would always call me when she needed something. She always used to text me when she needed something. That is all when she would text me, and I should have known better. So another incident that happened in grade 12 was that, no, actually I'll tell you one incident from grade 11. So what happened was, I was using my phone and she was using it as well. Like, we were using Instagram on my phone and she was there with me as well. So we were both scrolling through Instagram, and we're not supposed to have phones in a class. So I got caught, and it was my phone and I was using it, so I got caught. And then I was like, okay, fine, well, and I was telling the teacher that, oh, she was in it as well. And then she just shushed me. She was like, Tanishka, what are you doing? And then I was like, oh, should I just take my name? Like, should I just blame me for it? I mean, it was my phone. I didn't really bothered her. Then I was like, yeah, it was me. And after that incident happened, I got caught. I got my punishment. And after that, in grade 12, this bitch again asked me if I can sneak my phone into my class just because she could have an entertainment. And it was lunchtime, so everyone was having their lunch in the school. And she just told me that, hey, I'm getting bored, let's get your phone and let's sneak it in the class so we can watch something. And I was like, no, dude, I don't want to do that, I already got caught. And then she just made such a mean, bitchy face to me like this. I'm like, bitch, what the hell, what is wrong with you? I didn't say it obviously, but then I was like, why are you just using me for a phone, man? Like, that's weird. Another thing that happened to me in grade 12 was, I was getting into coaching for my NEET exam. Like, I needed a coaching. So I joined her coaching, not because of her, but because the coaching she was going to, it's actually really nice. And I joined that coaching, and ever since then, my life has been so bad, not because of the coaching, because of her being there. So she was friends with this girl, I don't know what to call her, we are just going to call her, I don't know what to call her, wait, I have to think about a code name. We're just going to call her Corgi, and corgis are super cute, so yeah, she was pretty cute. And they were best friends, and she was like, oh my god, you're coming to my coaching, that's so exciting for me. And you know, when I joined her coaching, she would always, like, even after being friends with her for over an year, she would always prefer talking to Corgi than she would over me. She would never even invite me to let her sit with her. I was always the one who had to initiate conversation with her when she and Corgi were talking, and it felt like we were strangers. In coaching, it literally felt like we were strangers, and I was talking to her for the first time because the conversations felt so forced, you know, and it just felt like she didn't even knew me, and that was the impression I was getting. And that all was fine until one day. Oh, one day she told me that, hey Tanishka, me and Corgi are thinking of taking a half day from our coaching class. So what you can do is that you can pretend to be my mother on phone, and when the coaching people call you and ask you that, hey, is Snake your kid, and I should be like, yes, just let them go home early, I'm their mother, and just pretend to be her mother. And that already off the bat, I was like, okay, if I get caught, I'm the only one getting caught, right? Like, it's not gonna have any consequences on her, obviously, and I should have known that because that's what she did when she was using my Snapchat account to text her crush as well. But then I was like, okay, she's my friend, she's my best friend, obviously I can do something for her. And then I don't know why, guys, I really don't know why I said, yes, I'm going to do it for you. And after that happened, I got the call. I was like, yeah, leave her early and stuff. And she and Corgi, they both took a half day to hang out together without me. Like, bro, I'm your friend, why are you inviting me to stuff? Like, if you, and they were literally discussing about their plan out in the open, and I was right next to them, and the fact that you guys are discussing about a plan that you guys are not inviting me to, why are you talking about it in front of me? Like, that's basic etiquettes. Another incident that happened at a coaching was that I told her that like, I was getting off my van, like, I arrived by my coaching at a van, so I got off the van, and at the front gate I saw her. She was waiting for someone. It's obvious that she was waiting for Corgi and not me. Yet I decided to ask her that, hey, you waiting for me? And the look she gave me, like that bombastic side-eye trend that's happening, that's exactly what's happening. She was staring at her phone. When I talked to her, she looked at me like, I'm waiting for Corgi, not you. And at that point, I was like, bitch, you don't have to be so freaking mean about it. You don't have to give me that dirty look. I get it. I'm not invited with you guys. It's fine. I don't even want to get invited in the first place. I was just asking. And then I just left. She didn't came after me, which made me a little bit sad, honestly. But what can I do if my friend choice is so terrible? And then, oh, this thing that happened to me yesterday was like the last straw of things that were supposed to happen. Now, me and Snake were distancing us because she was distancing me because obviously she has so many new friends, unlike me, because she never made me sit with her to introduce to her friends. And I was the one who was, and I had my other set of friends as well. Like, I had, you know, 3 other set of friends that I have, but one of them didn't arrive, and the 2 of them always used to sit together. This happened to me yesterday. So I was sitting alone. So she and Corgi arrived, the Snake friend and Corgi arrived at my coaching, and they just sat behind me, and they were just talking about their stuff, obviously ignoring me because they were distancing themselves from me. And then I just looked at her and I tried to make a small talk. I was like, hey, where were you at last night? I saw your photos and videos, that was really nice. And she just looked at me again with that side eye, lifestyle concert pay. And I was like, okay, cool, was it fun? Yeah. I was like, okay bitch, whatever, fuck you. And then our coaching benches are as such where 3 people sit together. Even sometimes 4 people sit, but 3 people is the ideal people that should be sitting in a bench. And I was sitting alone in a 3 bench, you know, And then this girl was sitting with her friend Corgi, and they both were sitting at a bench. And I was like, hey, mind if I sit with you guys? I mean, obviously she was my friend, so I was expecting her to say yes or something. But oh my god, this girl has the audacity to tell me that, oh sorry, I don't think you will be able to fit. Jagah nahi hai. Damn. First of all, that hurt. But second of all, I was so shocked I couldn't even speak at the time. And her friend, her Corgi friend, she was being really nice and she was like, oh no, we have plenty of space, you can come sit with us. And then this snake friend, she literally told her to shut up. She looked at me, sorry, we have no space, but I'll come and sit with you during our next class. At that point, I didn't even want to sit with her. I was praying for God for her to not to sit with me. And what happened was that when the next class was about to start, this girl and Corgi, they invited another friend of theirs to join and sit with them. And those three people sitting together, I was like, bitch, what the fuck? This is in my mind obviously. I was like, you just invited her to sit next to you, but you think I couldn't fit in a bench that was designed to sit with three people? And she didn't even come up to me. In the next class, she was sitting with her third friend and her Corgi friend. And then I was so shocked to hear that. And I was like, fuck off, she didn't even talk to me the whole entire next day. And it's obvious that she was ignoring me on purpose. I once even tried to confront her by saying that, hey, I think you guys were ignoring me a little bit like you and Corgi. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. But yesterday, she did the same. Like, there's no point apologizing if you're going to repeat your mistakes and not even try. Like, it's like she wanted me off my life. She only wanted me when she needed notes, when she had no one else to hang out with. And now that she has her new friends, she doesn't even need me. Even though I was the one who supported her through her good times and bad times. I was the one who helped her, do so much of the effort, so much of the work. I was the one to put up with it. We were assigned to a group project together, and this girl didn't even do her part yet. She still got her name in the project. Like, that's how bitchy she is. And I don't care if she sees this YouTube video and decides to go off on me. Like, I don't care, bitch. You're a fucking narcissist. You think everything revolves around you. You think I should revolve around you, but I'm not. After this video, I'm over you. I don't need you in my life. I can make good friends without you. Now the problem is that me and this girl have mutual friends, like a mutual friend group in our school, not in our coaching. Like, we are in the same school and in the same coaching, right? So in our school, we have like a trio, like with me, the snake, and another friend. And I don't know what to do, because since we both are fighting, it's obvious that another friend probably has to choose between the two of us, and I really don't want her to choose that snake over me just because she has a little bit more popularity in school than I do. And I'm about to lose my trio. I'm about to lose the best friends that I had in grade 12. I'm about to lose that, all because of this bitch did this one thing. And it's just that this, I hope you enjoy those 5 minutes of your fame, because that's the only that's the maximum it's going to last. Okay, yeah, that was it for the video. I know it's a bit long form video, but I just really put my heart and feelings out there, and I really hope that I get over it pretty soon. I feel so sad that because of this bitch, I don't even have my own trio. That girl's probably gonna choose her just because she has a bit more fame. I don't know, we'll see though. I hope she chooses me, but if she doesn't, I don't know what I can do really. And she steals the best things in my life. Like, I genuinely considered her as my friend, and yet she's out here ignoring me, and I hate her. I'm sorry, hate is a strong word, but I hate. You are nothing good in this whole entire world. I hope that crush of yours, that lotus guy, I hope he finds out that you're a piece of snake. No, you're not even a piece of snake. You're the whole entire snake yourself. Just stop doing this. Don't talk to me. Don't ever talk to me. Don't even try to apologize. Don't even try to call me, even after you need something from me. Just don't do that. I'm sorry. You used me enough. You don't have to go through that all over again.